What's up, YouTube? How everybody doing? Y'all know what it is. Y'all tuned into the number one cap station on YouTube. It's Stop the Cap Reviews, and we back in here with another video. And what we gonna talk about today? I'm glad y'all was wondering. And I know you saw the thumbnail, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about this financial literacy and its development and how we can make ourselves better and put you on the next level. Because there's levels to this game of financial literacy, which I'll gladly expound upon. As we get into the video, you know what it is. One last time, this is Stop the Cap Reviews, where we putting facts over feelings. And we making sure we chasing our personal development. And we also get into the bag using the skills that we've been developing. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
I love talking about kids and money. So there's two folds.
Okay.
You have the fold to where, and like Robert Kiyosaki, and I love this quote, and when I was a banker, I used to airdrop this to people. He would say, one of the issues with the subject of money is that it's taught at home and not in the school. So what can a poor parent teach their child about money? And people automatically think poor is in like the tangible poor, like financially poor.
Right.
But you can be poor in financial literacy as well. So this is why we have people who are doctors, lawyers, bankers, whatever the case may be, who have great salaries and are still living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
And so one of the things that I put in place for my children was, because I have a business, I write my children checks. So
let's go ahead and break that down a little bit. She said there's two layers. The first part is that finances are not being taught in school. This gives you structure like mathematics, teaching you the basics of saving, teaching you what type of savings account you should get, if you should even be banking with a bank, online banks. There's structural information that can provide you, avenues to go vertically. And then she brought up the point about how can a parent who is poor teach their children about money? And that's your foundational base. So if you don't have a base nor a structure, of course, your only relationship with money, your only interaction with it is going to be very bland and dry, and you're only learning about saving. However, like I said earlier, there's levels to how you can develop yourself financially. And she's just going to go ahead and get into it, so I'm going to let her do her thing.
my children have earned income.
Word.
With that earned income, I have established custodial Roth IRAs for my children.
Okay.
My children already have retirement accounts
Okay.
at 13, 8, and 5.
Wow.
And so people are like, wait, you can do that?
So, could you just say something? What is custodial Roth IRAs?
So a Roth IRA is basically like your retirement account, right? So you know that once you reach the age of retirement, you're able to pull out of it without penalty as long as you do it past a certain age. So most people don't start establishing that until after they have a job, and then that job is turning earned income.
Yep.
So you can position, like my 5-year-old right now, she's positioned to be a millionaire at 40 if she does nothing else with her life. And so how that works is my 5-year-old, whenever I do photo shoots, she's a paid model. I write her a check for being in my photos. And so because I write that check and I deposit it into her account, it's proving that she has earned income, which allows me to gift her or to put money into her custodial Roth IRA. So my child is already working on her retirement account at 5.
Stop. I know ain't no other YouTube channel. I know this is Anthony O'Neill, so he's bringing y'all these gems. But I know a lot of these review channels not bringing you gems like this. Now, let's go ahead and talk about it. Level 1. You out here, you getting it, you saving your money, you got your emergency fund put up, you got a little extra in your checking account, right? But now what, right? Because now you're just saving just to save. Your money's not even working for you, right? So then, boom. Level 2. After you figure out what type of bank you want, if you're going to go with a credit union instead of a bank because they usually have better interest loans and things like that, you might move on to, let's say, investing. You know what I'm saying? You might dabble in the stock market, put something up in M1 Finance, do a little Robinhood. Once you get your feet wet, then you move on to the more complicated ones in the cryptocurrency, right? Now you're in big level step 2. Step 3, which you may do these out of order, but however you do it, go do it. Is that retirement account, right? So now you have something which you should have set up at your first job if nobody told you. But a lot of people don't tell you about the Roth IRA because they want you to be broke or stay with their company with a 401k. All right, but let's go ahead and get back into the video because she hits you with that level 3, that entrepreneurship, and you paying your kids and helping them out generationally. Whether you have a big business or not, you can start up a business and still be paying them so that they can start, and you can get that custodial Roth IRA started when they're very young. And even if you don't even put into it that much, if you start them off early, then it will grow and they can put in their own money once it's started.
That's how you introduce and change the culture. That's how you change generations. That's how you expose generations. Custodial Roth IRAs. I'm going to put a clear definition of what that is in the show descriptions because I think that's important for parents to be aware of it as an option that's out there.
Yeah, because most people, I think we traditionally think of like maybe 529 accounts, which are college fund accounts. But
absolutely,
with a custodial Roth IRA, that could be their first down payment on a home. They could take that out for their education. So you have kind of more freedom in that space. But the main thing is you have to prove that they have earned income. And so I also want to take it back to another thing is like what we said, you can have where the systems are not put in place to where by the time you're an adult, you're already in debt. But you can also have the systems to where the parents did everything. Because you do have it. They set their children up with great credit by making them authorized users. They put the money aside, but they teach them nothing.
So I really love the generational aspect that he put that spin on there because so many of us today think that we have to be entrepreneurs. We have to start up our own business from scratch. And there's no other routes to generational wealth. We have to go buy that house and make sure we leave it for our kids and do all this complicated stuff when it does not take that necessarily. Those things are important. And if you can do those things successfully, that's great. However, with the failure rate and the statistics of first-time business owners failing, it's important. It's imperative that we have multiple different ways to access generational wealth, and this custodial Roth IRA can be one of those vehicles for your money. So just want you guys to tap in with that. Make sure you guys do that for your family members and inform those that don't already know. Share this video, tell them to like it up so we can get in there with the algorithm and we can really push this message out because this is one of those videos that everyone needs access to.
So then they become an adult with great credit, have no understanding of it, and destroy it. And then they spend their entire life trying to rebuild something that was already put in place for them. So just as important as it is as putting the systems in place, it's equally, if not more important, on educating them because it does nothing to plant seeds in soil and forget to water it.
Plant seeds in soil and forget to water it. When you guys think about your finances, AKA your money, do you get stressed? Do you get anxious? Do you feel like, hey, where do I start? How do I begin?
So make sure y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think of this video. She dropped some great knowledge. We have to water the seeds. Just because you plant them does not mean that the flower will grow if you don't continue to do what you need to. I think we should just recap really quick different levels of financial literacy. That very first is basically just saving and creating an emergency fund for about 6 months, 6 to 9 months. If you can do that, you're sitting pretty good to move on to level 2. Level 2 is where you start doing those investments. Get on those apps, Acorns, Robinhood, M1 Finance, go to Fidelity. Where do I have my Roth IRA? Waddell & Reed. There's an entry fee on that one of like $2,000. However, Ally, which is another bank that I bank with, has very good resources, and I don't believe there's a minimum. And the minimum for that is $50 a month. So it's not even a lot that's coming out. I think back to myself sometimes, if I had really started that early at my first job, where it could have been now would have been pushing me light years forward. Because I started my first job at 14 at the Cookie Cart on Broadway, Northside Minneapolis. Y'all know what it is. But I had to give that shout out. But if I had just started earlier, because if I had the knowledge, like this mother is teaching her kids, that's putting me in a better position, right? So that's level 2, moving into level 3 with your investments. That beginning of level 3 is that entrepreneurship, paying your children, and then spreading your wealth from just you down to your kids. And so now you're starting to develop. And then, you know, that's all very basic. I feel like for people that know about wealth, have taken a financial literacy class, like you said at the end, if you're feeling nervous, take a financial literacy class, learn your basics, develop your own foundation. Because it's not on the schools to teach us this information. It's really on you as a person. And if you don't care, nobody else is going to care to teach you, because that's more money for those people that are collecting money. So, like I said, level 3, that's where you're putting that entrepreneurship into work. You're doing write-offs. Like I said, I opened up an LLC specifically just to figure out write-offs, so I could take this YouTube channel and the clothing to just a personal level, so I can figure out how I can use this to leverage my financial future to be better off. Once you get into level 4, level 5, those are the things that business owners or home ownership, things like that they already know about. Even getting into, let's say, I saw this one example on Instagram, and I'll share this and then I'll let you guys go. You start up a business, and then you have another business in an offshore location, so overseas, that they don't tax business income, right? So let's say your first company is the t-shirt company. You're over here in America, you sold 1 million products, right? So you're bussing. You have a lot that you need to write off, right? Well, let's say you have your business over here and they control your intellectual property. So that's your website that's selling all of this. That's any funnels that you're using to kind of maneuver your product around as far as distribution and things like that, right? Your offshore company can charge your main company whatever your profit is, and use that as a fee for your intellectual property. So now this company has all of your profits. And now what can you do with that? Well, gentlemen, welcome to level 5, right? So I just, and maybe it's not that simple, however, because I'm not on that level, but I do aspire to be. And I think that when we're armed with information, it takes us off of basic level 1 of just trying to save, because that's where I started out. You know what I'm saying? My parents worked, they were hard workers, homeowners, and so they had to work on all that, but that was like level 1. You know what I'm saying? Nobody taught me on how to invest into the stock market, and I had to bring my parents my want to do the Roth IRA to help get it set up. And I was going to set it up one way or another, but I was very blessed and very fortunate that they were able to help me out with that. And then as I look forward to continue to pursue this journey and share the information with you guys, as you want it. If you guys just want the fun stuff, we can just do the fun stuff. But I will spice it up with a few of these videos that can really drop some knowledge on you so that you guys can elevate as well. That's all I got for y'all. I'm trying to keep these back ends short. That way nobody's getting overheated. But I know anybody on this channel shouldn't be getting overheated with no type of information. This is a no softy zone. Don't be snowflaking in the comments talking about, I'm so offended. Because we all started from somewhere, right? But to get to where we need to be, we got to be on our purpose. Y'all know what it is. It's Stop the Cap Reviews, where we focus on them facts over feelings. We're making sure that we're progressing and personally pushing ourselves to the furthest limits that we can. And we making sure that we getting after that bag, which is the video that I brought y'all. You know what it is. On those other channels, it's business. But over here, it's family. All right, y'all, make sure you take care of yourselves. And I'll see you on the next one.